guys, Medkits here, and today I'm bringing to you guys a looting guide. So this is a very highly requested video on my channel, and today I will be finally going over what you should pick up over what in this game. So again, there's so many different things and so many different weapons, so this is pretty opinionated, but this is generally what people choose over other things and what's better from a good player's opinion. Again, I'm not the best player in the world, but I am a good player, so this is what I do. Maybe it can help you guys out if you are looking to learn or want to know what you should pick up over other things. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so first up we'll be going over potions and meds. So I basically laid out probably the most common potions and meds found in this game. The only ones that I'm actually missing here are the slurp juice and the big shield. So yeah, now I'm going to be cutting over to a different screen. Alright, so we're on an IGN page talking about meds and potions and stuff like that. So this is kind of just like to show you guys what each one does. Obviously, most of you guys will know what each one does, but over here it'll just be a little bit easier for me to explain what I'm talking about. So the general rule of thumb when it comes to Fortnite, in terms of all good players, is you pick potions over meds. All good players pick potions over meds. So again, there's 4 different types of potions and only 2 different types of meds. So you'd always pick the potions over meds. Now, again, there are 4 different types of potions, so which one's the best? This is purely situational. Yes, I can tell you the general best, and that would be the Chug Jug, as it would make sense because it gives you 200 health and 200 shields, and it's legendary. You would think, okay, yeah, that's the best, but it may not be in certain situations. In most situations it is, but end game, when you're getting into multiple fights, it's not applicable to have a Chug Jug. You'd want a mini, so you can like pop it really quick and get back in the next fight in like 5 seconds compared to 15, right? Sometimes you don't need to get full health. Sometimes you only need shields, so minis or regular shields. So again, it's all situational. So the Chug Jug is up there for what you would want to pick up over anything else if it's early game, but end game I do not recommend picking up the Chug Jug. So next up we're going to be talking about the Slurp Juice. The Slurp Juice is not good at all. You don't want to pick it up ever. That's that. Because you can't you can stack it, but you can't use them very quickly consecutively. Like you use one, you can't use like another Slurp Juice for the next 25 seconds, so it's not applicable. Alright, so next up we're going to be talking about minis versus the regular shields. So this is what I do. I give weightage to the minis. I say 5 minis is equal to 1 shield. So if I have 4 minis and I have 1 big shield, then I'll pick up the big shield. But if I have 6 minis and I have 1 big shield, I'll pick up the minis. That's just what I do. You guys can run the same thing I'm doing. I don't care. I'm here to teach you. You do whatever you want. But that's the weightage I give it. You guys can give it a different weightage. If you want to carry minis over a regular shield, then that's up to you. But that's just what I do. But I do recommend carrying 2 big shields over 10 minis. Just because you can get up to 100 health. So yes, 2 big shields are pretty much overpowered. So I'd recommend carrying those around compared to like 10 minis. So yeah. Hopefully this wasn't way too confusing. I tried to make this as simple to understand as possible, but again, there's so many different types of meds and potions that this is very difficult to explain. So yeah, let's get back to the game. Alright guys, so the next thing we're going to be going over is preference. This is actually very important because some people like some things over others. So we're talking about the situation of the burst compared to the regular AR, the semi-snipe compared to the bolt action, and then the tack shotty compared to the pump. This is all situational. This is all preference. I can't really tell you which is better than the other, but I can tell you which is better stat-wise. So, again, I can't tell you which to use over the other. I personally like the regular AR. I don't mind the difference between a pump or attack, and I personally like the bolt, but that's just me. You guys will have to mess around, see which one you like, but that's what I like. So if you guys want to try what I like, then again, you can go ahead and use that. But again, this is all preference. And right now we're going to be going over the difference between stats and ARs. Alright guys, so we're on this IGN page again, and we actually have all the ARs up. So again, like I said, I like the regular ARs over the bursts and the scoped. That's just me. But I do want to go over the stats. So something very interesting is that the burst AR does more damage, obviously, because it shoots multiple shots at once, but then you have to wait. I don't like the wait, that's why I like the regular ARs. But the blue burst actually does the most damage per second, except for the gold scar. So the gold scar is better, but other than that, the blue burst does the most damage per second. So that's why you'll see Ninja using the blue burst, He likes the burst, I don't. I'll pick a green AR over a blue burst because I just don't like the burst. But yeah, that's just me. I just wanted to let you guys know that the blue burst does do more damage. So if you guys get good at using it, then like you can dish out more damage per second. But just in my opinion, I would take the regular AR. But that's just me. Alright guys, so the next thing I actually want to talk about is the pump versus attack shotgun. I can't tell you which one's better, but I can tell you which colors are better stat-wise, and what I would pick up in different situations. So, in my opinion, I'm going to pull up the stats right now. Alright, so the stats are up, and in my opinion, the gray pump is equivalent to the green tack shotty. If I find a blue tack shotty, I'd put it above the pump in terms of goodness. And then obviously the purple is equivalent to the green pump. The green pump is equivalent to the purple tack. The green pump is better in my opinion than the blue tack. So that's just how I would rate it. So if you're a tack person, then I would recommend picking up the purple tack over a green pump, or a blue tack over a green pump. But then again, if you're a pump person, then I'd recommend taking a green pump over a purple tack. But again, being a pump or a tack person, that is preference. I can't control that. But these are the stats. You'd always want to take a blue tack over a regular pump though, just like stat wise. So yeah. Alright guys, so the next thing I actually want to address is the explosives. So in my opinion, you don't want to carry explosives unless there's a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher. You don't want to carry any of the nades, the boogie bombs, the impulse nades, regular grenades, because they're just not practical. If you're going for wins. Like if you're trying to have fun, go ahead and use them, but if you're going for wins, I wouldn't recommend picking them up or putting them in your inventory. I'll pull up the stats for Splodes versus RPGs right now. Again, as I've said for the 100th time, picking grenade launchers over RPGs is again completely opinionated. I can't tell you which one's better, but there are different situations for different weapons. If you're running solos, I would recommend picking up a rocket launcher because you don't need that excess amount of splash damage that actually comes with an RPG. That actually comes with a grenade launcher, my bad. But if you are running solo squads, then I do recommend picking up the grenade launcher. As you can see, if you watch Ninja, he takes down entire bases with these. He takes out multiple people in the base with these. It's just easier when it's a lot of people because the excess amount of splash damage that these provide and the rate of fire that you can actually fire them with. So if you're running solos, I'd recommend picking up a rocket launcher. And if you're running squads or duos, then I recommend picking up the grenade launcher. So yeah. Alright guys, this brings us to our next point, the SMG. So again, the SMG is completely opinionated, whether you want to use this. I don't recommend picking up at all unless you used to run like double pump. And you're trying to like transfer over to something else that's very effective after like the one explosive pump shot you want to change over. If you don't like pump tack, then I do recommend running this. If we're looking at stats, I'll pull them up right now. So if we're looking at stats, I'd say that the purple SMG is probably better than the blue tack. But a purple tack is probably going to be better than a purple SMG. So that's just what I would run. Yeah. Okay guys, so next up we're going to be talking about the sniper rifle. So, in my opinion, the bolt sniper rifle is the best. Actually, like, you should be running the bolt because it does more damage. You can knock someone with a headshot every single time. You don't have to worry about just downing them if they have full shields. So you should get used to running the bolt if you do like the semi-auto. There's no comparison between, like, the crossbow and any type of sniper rifle, or even the hunting rifle. Like, you just want to pick up the regular bolt. That trumps everything. I don't even have to pull up the stats. Just pick up the bolts over anything if it comes to a sniper rifle. Again, like, some people do like the semi-auto, but most of the time you'll see people running the bolt, and that's just what is better, because you can knock people with one headshot. That's why it's so good. Like, you don't have to worry about them not being downed. And then a body does 100 damage, so you can knock the average person who doesn't have, like, shields at all. So that's why I'd say just pick up the bolt when it comes to the sniper rifle. And if we're talking about inventory, look at my inventory right now. This is exactly how you'd want it set up. 1 AR, 1 shotgun, 1 explosive, 1 sniper, and then some sort of meds at the end. So this is a perfect example of, like, what you would want your inventory to look like. And yeah. So the next thing I want to actually talk about is situational awareness. In terms of looting, you always want to be situational, as I've said this multiple times in this video. And nothing you can actually choose is better than something else, like, all the time. So right here is a perfect example of situational awareness. Right here I realized that the circle is going to be doing a lot of damage to me, so I need to pop this medkit right now to get to full shields. And then I need to take this chug jug and run because I'm going to be low on health again after this fight. So that's exactly what I did. I did the smartest thing possible. I was aware of the situation and I reacted accordingly, and that's what you guys need to get good at doing. And the only reason I actually survived this the blue right here, the storm, is because I actually popped that shield on the med kit beforehand, so I had enough health to actually run to the storm, and then I had a chug jug afterwards that got me up to full shields and full health. And yeah, that was the smartest thing to do. I didn't pop the chug jug in the storm, I popped the med kit and then I popped the jug after I got out of the blue, and that's exactly why I was super well off in this game. So again, situational awareness, keep that in mind. Alright guys, so the next thing I actually want to talk about is the traps in this game, and by traps I mean jump pads, campfires, and the actual spike traps. Basically, always keep your jump pad equipped. That's just the rule of thumb. Like, you do that, you can get away from certain situations. If you want to use a campfire, obviously equip it, but generally you should just have your jump pad equipped, so if you want to get away, you can get away real fast. And yeah, that's that. That's basically everything that you need to know, generally. If you look at my layout right now, this is basically my favorite layout you can possibly have, like, ever, except for the RPG. If I had a legendary RPG, it'd be perfect. That's what I'd like to run. And again, I have a jump pad, so I'd equip the jump pad. And yeah, that's basically what I like to do in terms of looting, and hopefully this helped you out with looting. I know this was a really complicated video and it was all over the place, and trust me, it was so hard to explain all this in a way that, like, could make sense to you guys. Like, you don't even realize how difficult it was to explain this. It took me like an hour and a half of me just trying to, like, explain in different ways so you guys can understand. So again, if this helped, be sure to drop a like. This would help me out a lot. And if you like this video, be sure to sub, because I come out with tips all the time, as you guys can see. I have a lot of good, viable tips. So if you guys want to learn stuff, be sure to drop a sub on the channel, and I'll do my best to teach you stuff that's new. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I did end up winning this game, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, see you next time. Peace out, and bye. I'll see you later.